Wow. Hello, and welcome to the very first show back. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this for the night. I really was very close to not doing it. To be absolutely honest with you. Um, so I basically I was just so worried about doing it. To be absolutely honest, I was just so worried about doing it. I didn't know whether I could do it. I didn't know whether if I could actually. The last time I did a live was hours before we lost Johanna, and as things stand, that is just it's just so hard. I'm just going to share the show now with Facebook, so people can, people who want to come on board can. So it's entirely up to them. So I'm just going to go on live in a second and just share that with everybody on Facebook. So here we go. Just going to click that on there right now, and there you go. And then it'll come up on Facebook as I am live. So posting that right now. So here we go. It's actually going to go live on Facebook as we speak. So anybody who wants to come and join me can join me. I'm on YouTube. YouTube is probably the most stable of all of them, to be honest with you, and that's why I'm here. That being said, I'm going to be doing all of my work through Patreon. So if you haven't already subscribed to my Patreon channel, then it's really important that you do. Okay, so get in there and subscribe to my Patreon channel so that you can be a part of the all of the shows and all of the teachings and all of the various bits and pieces that I'm going to be doing. Um, I'm still sharing the show with you with Facebook. So if you see it on Facebook, it's probably a good idea that you share it. Share it with all your friends, share it with your family, tell them everybody that I'm live on YouTube right now. So I am, trust me, I do want to be here. It's coming across like I'm not bothered, but that's not true. I am, because if I didn't want to be here, I just wouldn't come on. I'm just finding the very first show back difficult. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I'm finding it quite difficult. So it's quite hard. It's quite hard to do it alone. So Lynn's joined us, Chris has joined us. Good to see you guys. If you could please share the show, that would be fantastic. If you can share it with your friends and family, I'll just stick it in the chat room. There's the link. There you go. If you just send that out to your friends and family, tell everybody that we're live right now. It is. I'm finding it's this hard. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm finding it quite difficult. I right up until about 15 minutes ago, I was thinking, should I, shouldn't I? And what myself and my girls have been through over the last since August. I just wouldn't wish on anybody. I've encountered the lowest form of lives ever over the last few months as well. People who are just out and out scumbags, and I will show their colors to everybody when the time is right. Chris says, I've missed seeing you on here. Thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Please feel free to ask me any questions. My new show that's coming out for 2026 is called Introspective. So look out for all of the links. If you haven't already been on my Patreon site, I'll put the link in the comments below. So it's www. Obviously patreon.com/Paul Francis 111. Now I know a lot of YouTubers do that after the show, but I'm going to do it live while I'm here. At this moment in time, it says I've only got you two guys watching me, which two guys watching me better than no guys watching me. I'll take that any day of the week. But if you can get out there on the Facebook and share it, that would be excellent. If you please share it to all of the groups, that would be very, very helpful. I really appreciate that. Just doing that as we speak. So if you can, that'd be excellent. So it's just saying Lynn and Chris are here, but I don't know whether you guys are. Can you hear me? I don't even know whether you're receiving me. Is it? If you are, if you can hear me and you can hear, everything sounds good and so on and so forth. Can you just let me know? That'd be really, really good. I don't know if I can turn up the volume on here or not. I think I'm at the top. Okay, hi, wonderful to see you. Thank you very much. You're sneaking on real quick. That's really kind of you to sneak on real quick. Tell everybody that I'm back and I'm live, alive, which is more important. And yes, this is kind of like breaking ice, in the fact that I didn't know whether I was going to do any more lives again at all. To be honest with you, over going through the loss of my beautiful Johanna, it's been um, a ridiculous road. It's been and I've gone through the ups and downs. Yes, people have said to me, "But you're a medium. You should know. You should know she's fine." I know that, and that's something I should. I It's hard to employ. It's really easy to say, but it's more difficult to employ when you're someone who has spent the last 15 years side by side with somebody. Pretty much, I think we were apart maybe 14 days in total in 15 years. It's really, really difficult when that person's not here anymore. And it's difficult to employ knowledge. And that's the honesty about it. It's really difficult to employ knowledge, to employ the fact that she's no longer in pain, to employ the fact that she's connected and with all of the people that she lost in her life. It's just so hard. And as you rightly say, baby steps, one day at a time. But she would really be pissed at me if I didn't get up and get on with it. If I rolled over and turned my belly up to the world, she'd be pissed at me. So it's time to get up and shake off the dust and get on with it, and just make things happen. So I'm going to make her proud by putting into effect all of the things that we'd planned to do, such as the quiet corner. The quiet corner is an absolute. It's an absolute. It has to happen. People around the globe, for various reasons, are finding themselves on their own. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know what to talk about. So many people are suffering with cancer. So many people. I'm hearing daily somebody else is coming down with cancer. And I remember when we first found out that Johanna had cancer, and when she was going for her first operation, which was to remove the cancer from her brain, I found myself literally on a raft at sea. That's the best way I can describe it. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know whom to turn to. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I could be there for my kids. I didn't know whether I could be there for myself. I didn't know whether I could be there for Johanna. And it was then that I had the first idea for the quiet corner. So when she became well again, I I said to her, like, I found myself like literally lost. So we can create a worldwide net of people, or a place where people can go to who are going to go through the same scenario or similar scenarios. Like a lot of the people that I've heard recently who have been diagnosed with cancer, if I can say to them, look, go to the quiet corner, and in there there'll be a worldwide group of people who are literally experiencing exactly the same, then you have common ground to talk. You know, I would have loved to just turn around and go, you know, my wife has just gone in for brain surgery to have cancer removed from her brain. And maybe there'd be 50, 20, 100 people on there go, yeah, don't worry, they're really, really good now. They know exactly where they're going. It's not like the old days where it was hoking and poking and trying to get it right. Now it's precision. It's absolute precision. And they know exactly how to get in, they know exactly where to do it, and they know how to do it really, really quickly. And you'll be surprised. That would have at least relieved some of the stress. So if I can do that for people in Johanna's name and make the quiet corner a real thing, then I'm going to do that. But the high and the low of it is I can't do it without you guys. That's the high and the low of it. I know, my sweetheart, and I'm reading the comments over here, and I know you lost your sister. And my heart went out to you when I read that, Lisa. My heart went out to you immediately, because I know what it's like to lose somebody so close. You know, my boyhood hero was Gary Newman, and I don't know if you noticed in the press. But 2 days ago, Gary Newman, 2 or 3 days ago, Gary Newman lost his brother, and he was with his brother. They were sitting in the tour bus, and they were chatting about old times, and they were having a great time, and they were hugging and kissing, and they were having fun, and they were telling stories, and just really, really having a good time, until John, who was Gary Newman's brother, just said, "All right, I gotta go home now." So he climbed down off the bus, hugged his brother, said, "I'll see you later, mate," and walked about 150 yards and dropped, gone, with a heart attack. So I know, I know exactly what you guys are going through. Before, I thought I knew. When you lose a parent, when you lose your mom and you lose your dad, don't get me wrong, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, and it really, really stings. Uniquely, I lost my dad on Good Friday, and that's the Friday before Easter, and I was really sad, and painfully, my chest was pounding. I'd hurt, I've just lost my dad. But uniquely, that didn't hit me until the following Christmas. It hit me, and it hit me like a sledgehammer. Because I went to pick a gift up for him, thinking, "Oh, this would be great for Dad." My dad used to love to go to watch football matches, live football matches, and I used to buy him nice thick cardigans that would keep him warm when he's watching his favorite thing. And I picked it up, and I went, "Oh, Dad will love this. This will keep him warm during those matches." And it just hit me. He's not here. Um, so it can hit you at any moment, and you can go. I'm finding it. You can go up. You think, right, okay. Right. I'm going to take the world on. Let's go, and then boom, you'll bottom line like that. Um, and it's just, there's no words. Just be there for the people. Be there for your friends. Be there for your family. Be there for the family of your friends. And don't try and console the moment, because there's nothing you can say that will help. Oh, they're in a better place. Yes, that's true. Oh, they're not suffering anymore. Yep, that's very, very true. Oh, they won't have to go through all of those meds morning, noon, and night. They won't have to be going to all of those doctors all of the time, going through all of the surgeries all of the time, going through all of those hours and hours and hours where they're getting medicine pumped into the body. Yes, I know, but it still bloody hurts when they're not here. It so hurts. Gareth, welcome to the show. Good to see you. If you're just joining the show, please do share the show, share it with your friends and family, and invite them to come and be part of our show. I really do appreciate this. As I say, the new show coming up in 2026 after the new year is going to be called Introspective, which is which will be you'll be able to see. And Introspective is going to be a show where you'll be able to come and talk with me, and it's going to be about more. Yes, it's going to be about the spiritual aspect of things, but it's also going to be about um, going in here and understanding who you are, because that's more important. What I find over the last months since August is it's finding who's in here, finding who's in here and in here, and putting that together with that, and understanding what's affecting you physically and mentally, and not allowing the scumbags of the world, who they're out there, you know, the scumbags, not allowing those scum to pull you down, to pull you apart, to lie, cheat, and thieve from you, and not allowing that. You know, knowing your own self worth is vitally important. Start there. Start with yourself. Start with your own self worth, and figure out what it is that you want in this life, and then together we'll make that path happen. So Introspective will really come online in 2026. Between now and 2026, I will be doing shows like this where we can chat and talk, and you'll be helping me get back on the horse, so to speak. And when we get into the new year, I'm even talking about touring again. I couldn't tour before because Johanna was so ill. I didn't want to leave her. I didn't want to leave her. It's not that she was holding me back. She would have said to me, go and do your stuff, go and do your thing. I'll be fine. In fact, um, the very last night I was going to go and do something, and she said, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Go ahead. Everything, just go and do your thing. And I went off to do what I was going to do. And I got about 5 miles down the road, and my whole senses, I think it was my guides. I'm pretty confident it was my guides, because it was too strong. Said there's something not right here. So I immediately called for an ambulance. I was 5 miles away from the house, and I called for an ambulance, and that was the beginning of the end. So people say to me, how come you didn't know? I didn't. I didn't know she was going to go. I don't think I think she knew, because she kept talking to me about how she wanted her funeral and stuff, and what to do when she's gone. And I did the usual man thing, stuck my head in the ground, did the ostrich. Every time she brought it up, I changed the subject. So um, tell all of the people, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. When you fall out with people, is it worth falling out with them? Was it really that bad that you fall out? You know, unless somebody goes out of their way to hurt you, I mean, literally out of their way to hurt you, is it really that bad? That line in the Lord's Prayer, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation. That is, those are wise words. You know, how many people in your family have you not spoken to over some stupid little thing for many years? You know, your own family, the brothers and sisters you grew up with, the friends and family you fell out with over something really. Think about the Egyptians. You know, think about the Egyptians. The Egyptians taught us we can't take anything with us. That's what the Egyptians taught us. My years and years and years of work have taught me that the only thing we take with us is the love that we had for those whilst we're here. And that's what I know she's taken with her. I know she's taken, you know, the love that I told her daily, every single day, morning, noon, and night, every single day without fail, how much I loved her. And she me. So I have to hold on to that and know that, I didn't leave anything unsaid. So that's what you hear me say on a regular basis: communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life. I learned that from John Edward. I didn't make that up. I didn't come up with that. I learned that from John Edward. Communicate, talk to the people you love, appreciate everything you have in your life and the people in your life, and validate it by telling them. Even Maya will say every single night without fail, she'll give me a hug and a kiss and good night, Dad, love you. Every morning, Dad, how you doing? Love you, hug and kiss. I mean, she's gone away for a few days now. She's gone up to London to see her mom, which I'm very very happy because she was missing her mom. But all of my children have stood right by my side over the last weeks and months, and they were far stronger than I am. Oh my God. This world needs more sanity now than anything else. It needs sanity. It needs clear thinking, clarity of mind and heart and soul. We're not different people. We're not. It doesn't matter whether you come in to the world in a royalty level as a king or a queen. It doesn't matter whether you come into the world as rich as possible or as poor as can be. You will come into the world the same way and you will leave exactly the same way. And you will not take anything with you, only that of what you've done for fellow man. When the days come, and I've been accused of stuff, I have been accused of absolute, total, and utter rubbish, total BS. But I cannot allow that to pull me down, because when the day comes when I stand up there in front of the big guy and I look over and Johanna's there, I want to be able to say, I did everything I could. I did everything I could for my fellow man, for my family. And when the days come when I'm standing there watching my family talk over about me at my funeral, what do I want to hear them say? I want to hear them say he was a really good person. He was a really good dad. He showed us the way to be able to be good people, and he made a good difference to the world. If that's my epitaph, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I've even got Johanna watching me right now, right at the edge of the screen. She'd probably lose her mind. I've got a picture of her there, right here at the edge of the screen. I keep that picture with me all the time. She would absolutely lose her mind right about now. And she'd go, "Oh my God, what are you showing everybody that picture for? That's my driving license picture. What the hell?" Because it got a rise out of her. So I'm kind of hoping if she's around me tonight that she might make herself known. It got a rise out of her because she was so beautiful, but she couldn't say it. She said to me, she used to say to me, "Do I look okay?" I said, "Are you stupid or something? Of course you look okay. You look beautiful." And she said, She used to say to me, "You know, I'd look like that." You'd say that if I was coming in here wearing a sack, and I went, "Yeah, because I see you." Denise, hi, welcome to the show. Good to see you. I know it's a small show tonight, but it's the first night back, and the technical aspects are still a wee bit alien to me again. I need to get into learning and figuring that all out again. So to be honest with you, but hey, welcome to the show. Please do share the show. Tell your friends and family that we are live. Get it out there and share with the friends. Share with your family. Tell all the people in the groups around the world what we're doing. And let's just make it happen. Um, Next week will probably be better, to be honest with you, because I'll be a little bit more prepared. And tonight I was just so in, like, I don't know I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I want to go live or not. But here we go. Paul Rowland, welcome to the show, Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Denise, thank you so much. It is there's no words. It's a path that you only can walk on your own. It's a path that nobody knows. There is no direction. There's a path that you have to walk on your own, and it's important to have friends and family around you. That's vital. If I didn't have my daughters around me and my son around me, I wouldn't have made it. I know that for a fact. I would not have made it. So many wonderful people around the world send me messages of love and strength and support and prayers and healing and energy. That's been absolutely amazing, and it has helped. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. It has helped a lot. Um, but there are times in the day, every day, that all the good people of the world are virtually there. When you climb into the bed at night and you look over, and that space beside you is the space and not filled with the person you love, it's hard. It's hard. Now, it's that easy for me to say, go and help, go and sit with the people you love, go and talk to the people you love, go and sit with them, and those who have lost people. If it's a good friend of yours lost a husband or a wife or a brother or sister, mom, dad, yes, so show your support. But I will say this, don't overdo it. Okay? There are times when you want just to be left alone. When there are times you want that moment to yourself to contemplate. Try and read that. And what I say to those who I know who've lost somebody is, I'm here if you need me, and I'll check in on you from time to time. And that's probably a good thing. Just let them know you'll check in on them and that you're here for them. My dear friend Mark, one of my oldest friends, grew up with Mark. Um, Lost his mom the other day. So my heart and soul and prayers go out to you and your family, Mark. I mean, losing your mom this close to Christmas, ridiculously painful. Johanna's time she was not a Christmassy person. I mean, she don't get me wrong, she used to love it, but Halloween was her thing because she was Wiccan. So Halloween was her thing. So to lose her just before Halloween, that was harsh. Um, So I thought I'd come on tonight and I'd do a short show just to talk, just to be able to re-engage with people of the world. Um, Thank you for letting me do that. Thank you for being with me with this half-assed attempt at a show. um, the spirit is willing and the heart is willing, so I will go on. I will move forward. I will say to you this, guys, please make sure that you join Patreon. Join my Patreon. Now, I'm doing a special deal at the minute for everybody around the world who want to come join my Patreon channel. If you join at the minute, you will have access for just £5 a month. But if you want full access to absolutely everything, if you join right now, it's only £10 a month. So you, in 2026, the majority of the shows and the majority of the seminars and the teaching and the books and everything else that goes along with it will be on Patreon. Okay, so the seminars you'll have to be on Patreon to get into the seminars, if you know what I mean. Okay, once the people in the Patreon, all of the people who are part of my Patreon channel, they will have first choice of all of the tickets. So if the seminars are sold out just with the Patreon people, then that's the way it is. It'll only be if there's spaces left that we will serve out. There's 2 or 3 spaces left for the seminar. And the very first seminar for 2026 is going to be clearing. So introspective is really important. You need to get yourselves there. Okay. Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa, darling. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for being here. And Lynn is saying, you're so much better than these idiots. I know that. It's the fact that we have that kind of mentality out there that can put people through so much darkness and sorrow that they don't understand the concept of karma. Now, this is all part of introspective. You'll be learning a lot about this. So you might say, oh yeah, the karma will get them, but you're focused on negative karma. Okay, so you're focused on negative karma, as in that will get those person, that will get them. Negative karma will get them. What are you focused on? Negative karma. What's going to happen? What are you going to attract? What you give off, you attract. So you leave karma to do its thing and you don't give it a second thought. That's how that works. Probably heard somebody just walking past me. That actually was another backbone to my way forward, which is Shadow. Because he'll come over here and he's such an ape. I'm just watching him over there at the minute. And he's giving me like a look to say, you talking about me, Dad? You guys probably haven't seen Shadow for such a long time. He's now a giant. He's like a bear. And the funny thing about it is one of the things that I talk about, one of my guides is St. Francis of Assisi. I just call him Frank. They are our animal friends, are as Johanna used to call them, our furry babies. They are really in tune. They really are in tune with you. Okay, they give us love completely unconditionally. There's no condition with it. They just give it to us, love. And over the last sort of week or so, I've been really down and missing Johanna. Shadow has jumped up onto the bed and snuggled right in with his back to me. Now, he's huge. He's a big boy. And he's jumped right on. I snuggled right in his back to me, and he's put his head on Johanna's pillow as if giving off the impression that Johanna's lying back to me. And he's a big lad. He's I'm surprised he hasn't come across and spoken to us as yet. Completely, Denise, unconditional. They just love you, and we could really learn so much from them. We could learn so much. You don't see animals looking at people as in color or race or what religion they follow. They just look at people. They just look at other animals and they get on and do their thing, and they don't do it with malice. They're not out there the design in their DNA is not to go out and hurt and bring people down or anything like that. They live and they give off love, and they receive love from us, and the more love they receive from us, the more they give back. But they don't give it back to go, well, you gave me this amount of love today, Dad, I'm going to give you this amount back. They just do it. There's no condition with it. Lynn saying you're doing brilliantly tonight, Paul. Thank you so much. I feel very disjointed, if I'm really, really honest. I feel very, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just ranting and raving. I'd actually like to answer some questions. So if you guys have any questions for me, I really wouldn't mind answering some questions. Hey, Shad, do you want to say hello? You want to say hello to everybody? Come here. I want to say hi. Let me see this monster. Look at this size of that guy. Look at that. Here, Shaddy. Shaddy. Look at that. Yeah, I love you too, mate. This is what he does. This is him. He puts his paw over me, and he gives me so much love every day, without fail. That's now you saw the size of that geezer. He weighs. He has to weigh maybe 6 stone. He's a monster, aren't you, big fella? Oh, he's gonna go and get his bone now and probably say, "Hey, Dad, do you want to throw the bone for me?" A bone. I mean, he's got a ball and he's got this and that and the other, but he'll want me to throw a bone for him, an actual bone. And he's sitting down there, he's looking at me now, going, "You want to play, Dad?" You know, not right now, man. Such a sweetheart. Now I know we're if you've got some questions, I really, really would love to answer some questions. So give me your feedback is fantastic. Thank you so much. Leave comments to below about the show tonight. I'm expecting a load of negative ones. That's okay. It's a half-ass show to be fair. It's not designed properly. Johanna would probably she'd be very extremely supportive. She would be. And we were planning bringing Reach Across to Netflix. That's still on the case. That's still on the table. I just have to find the people who. Sorry, don't have to find. I know exactly where they are. I need to be talking to those people about maybe planning it for 2026. There's no way I'm going to do anything different in this or next month. So that's where we are. I would love to answer questions though for you guys. So please do feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask me. I don't care what the question is. Anything you want to know, I'll share. If I kind of share it with you, I'll share it with you. It's that much. We didn't buy the place, Denise. We were, as you guys know, we were just a week away from signing the dotted lines when Johanna passed. So we didn't buy it. It did because the legalities say as soon as the person is part of the contract is gone, the contract's over. So we didn't buy it. So Maya, all the rest of my family, with the exception of Maya, have moved out of the southwest. So we're Maya and I are considering doing the same. Considering it, we may not. We may. Don't know. See how it goes. So we didn't get to buy the place. The place over in Ireland, though, that's still on the cards. I'm still talking to Graham and Lorna. I speak to them a lot. They've become more. These are the people selling the property. They've become more friends than anything else. But the house that we were buying here, I didn't say. I'm not going to say fell through because it didn't fall through. It just the purchase couldn't go ahead after Johanna passed because it was all. She was part of the contract. That's the high and low of it. Oh, I will say this to you though. Make sure all of your legals are in place. Okay, all of our legals weren't in place, i.e., a will. So that has put the kibosh on everything. So I know I sound like an advert, really, but it's true. The archaic laws of this country are so bad that even though Johanna and I built our businesses together and we lived together for 15 years, we never actually did the marriage thing, even though I called her my wife. In common law, she would be my wife, so my common law wife. Um, but because we weren't married as in the traditional sense, everything has gone into probate. So they've locked and frozen every single account. You couldn't write it, I'm telling you. But I'm not going to sit here and bitch and whinge and moan and whine and oh, people are going to help me. No, no. There's so many people out there that are so far worse off. So you get up, you evaluate where you are, you take stock of where you are, what you're capable of, and you move forward. Okay, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. So I'm saying to people out there, I need help. I need help with whatever it is that I need help with. And you know what? People are going, yeah, I'll help you. Um, Thank you, Denise. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so keep coming with the questions, please. I'm going to drink a very well-known drink. I can't show the name of the drink on the screen because that would be advertising. But you're going to see the shape of the bottle and you're going to see the color of the drink, and you really probably know what it is. So excuse me 1 second, as I shouldn't really be drinking this particular drink at this time of the night. But celery. Um, that's only one of the few soft drinks I actually drink. So there we go. Joe, hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Welcome to the show. It's very good to see you, and thank you, and everybody else for all of those wonderful and kind messages. It's very, very kind of you. They help. They really, really do help. They help beyond words. Okay, so and it's been. I can hear Johanna going to me. See, I told you you should start back again. I can hear her voice in my head. People say I've had a lot of messages saying, "Oh, has she made an appearance?" Now you guys know I don't tell porkies. Okay, so there was one night that I went into the bedroom. Now we have touch sensitive lights. You know those lights you literally just touch the, so you got a light that shape. So I'm gonna hide it. So imagine that being a light, and so you just touch the bottom of the light. It's got not got an off or on switch. You just touch it like that, and it'll go on, and it'll go on to different brightnesses, and then go off again. And this one night I was in there, and I was feeling a wee bit rough, and I was getting changed, and I went, and I said something along the lines of, "All right, you Scouse cow, if you're around, let me know you're here." And the light went off, and I went, and then it came back on again. And I went, okay, thinking, right, all right, all right. I thought she'd do it again. Boom, light went off again. And it came back on again. And I said, thank you. If that's you, Johanna, thank you. And I miss you and I love you. And I'm not testing you, but please do it again. Boom, light went off again. So I shouted to Maya, come here, quick, you got to see this. So Maya came into my bedroom and I said, watch this. And I went, Johanna, if you're here, switch the light off. Boom, light went off. And Maya went, oh my god, oh my god. And then I said, now watch this. Johanna, if Maya is here with me, switch the light back on again. Boom, the light went on. And I swear to you guys, hand over my heart, that happened. And Maya said something to her. I can't remember what the question was, but Maya asked her a question and she responded with the light going off and on. Um, I had tears that night. Wow. So I can hear her voice going, geez, you want me to help you? If I'm not around you, you got tears. If I do help you, you got tears. It's just hard. I'm fresh. But, it's just hard. Anyway, so gotta get up and get on, or she'll just lose her mind and start firing things at me in her scouse way. Get on with it, Irish. Get on with it. Come on, make it happen now. Come on. She used to say to me, "You are the best that I know at what you do." And I used to say to her, "Yes, because you love me." She could, "No, no, you just don't understand how good you are." And she would say stuff like that to me. And that motivation was really excellent. It was really, really good. And we were such a good team. We were such a good team. Elaine Kirkham says, "Hi, Paul. Sending you the best wishes. Can you explain to me why my friend keeps seeing?" After, sorry, I got tears in my eyes. I've got to get that going. Can you explain to me why my friend keeps seeing me manifesting in a Victorian dress in front of her? It happened several times over the last few years. Your friend is seeing you manifest in front of her in a Victorian dress. Right. There's only one thing that comes to mind, right? Well, there's two things that actually comes to mind now. One is called doppelgangers, where people look at like other people and they manifest and blah blah blah. I would really personally would want to be sitting in front of your friend at this moment to answer that question, because what I've got rolling around in the back of my head is, if you want it bad enough, it'll happen. If you want it bad enough, it'll happen. So is your friend really wanting to see this? In which case, is there a spiritual person manifesting, looking like you, or looks close to you, than she's seeing or he's seeing that person looking like you? Um, oh, crikey! At least 4 times in the last week, I have seen people. One person popped up on Facebook. When the people introduce themselves to become friends, one person popped up on Facebook, and their name was Joe, and it was a spitting image of Johanna, and I was like, "Oh my god," you know. And then we saw Maya and I were out shopping, and we saw a couple of people who looked just like her. And I was explaining to Maya that that's called overshadowing. So the spirit of the person who's crossed can stand in front of another person and give them that much more of a sort of a sensation that you're looking at the person who's passed, and that's called overshadowing. I saw it happen in Penzance when my mum passed many, 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 many moons ago. Excuse me for sniffing. Um, and I was walking up. If you've ever been to Penzance, one side of the street's higher than the other in Market Street in Penzance, and I was walking up the high side of it, and I was looking across the road, and I saw this lady walking down the other side, and I nearly shouted across the road. I was going to shout, "Mom!" like that, and I don't know, might have been Sean. Somebody said to me, "Don't, your mum's gone." Like, somebody was behind me and said, your mum's gone," and my heart dropped again. And I saw this lady walk down the street on the other side of the road, and I swear to you, I thought it was my mom. I mean, mirror image, and it was really that. God, as much as it's great than they're letting us know that they're around us, it hurts. I want to do it. I want it to happen all the time, but it's also a reminder that they're gone. So it's kind of like it's kind of a bittersweet thing. Joe says, "Of course it's hard. You miss her physically, but so glad that she's letting you know she's still around, and love never leaves." You're absolutely right. The one thing that we do take with us to the other side of life is the love that we had for the people we were here with. We have that love. You know, just about 3 weeks before she left us, and every day, our sort of day was made up. we were like we were like an old married couple. You know, I'd get up in the morning. I usually wake up around about 6:37 a.m. every morning. And when I wake up, I'm not one for lying on. I want to get up and get on with it, you know. And I always got up. I'd go downstairs. I'd make a cup of coffee, and then I'd set out her meds, get her meds ready, and get her cup of tea ready. You know, so I'd set her all her meds out in a line, and the name of the meds or the bottle in front of the meds that she, you know, what she has to take, and then a cup of tea ready for when she came downstairs. So I'd have my first cup of coffee, and I'd use that time in the morning to be able to watch something on TV that I wanted to watch, usually YouTube or something. Because usually, if she'd come down in the mornings, you'd go, "Oh my God, do you have to watch that? Do we have to watch this?" You know. Usually, I'd have my first cup of coffee, and then I'd hear the pitter patter of her feet going across the ceiling, and then I'd get up and make her tea and get my second cup of coffee ready. But it's funny because those routines don't at the time they sometimes feel like a bit of a chore, but you'd be surprised at how much those routines carry on, because it's and now I get up in the morning and there's a whole section of that morning that's missing that I would be getting ready for getting Johanna ready. But it's the comedic side of things. I would sit and just chat with her of a morning. I miss that, you know. Um, I miss the conversations in which we would just sit and talk, and it's like we're like old married couple, and it's that the silence of a morning now is deafening. It's absolutely deafening. But 3 weeks before she left, before she went home, she said to me, "I want you to find love again." And I said, "There's not a chance that's going to happen. You know, it took me long enough to find you. You know, it took me what 50 years to find her, more or less. Um, and I'm not going to look again." She said, "I want you to find love. I don't want you to be alone." But it's dead easy to say that. It's probably heartwarming for the person who's left, you know, and they're probably out there trying to make it happen. But I had visions when I was, you know, in my 30s. At some point, I'd be waddling around a house on my own. And I found myself in the last month or so thinking, oh my God, did I foresee this? You know, I don't know. I just don't know. Any mediums out there, your input is welcomed. So, yeah, uh, the last medium I spoke to, I went, yeah, I'd love a message. They went, but you're Paul Francis. I went, right, I know that. You don't need to tell me that. I know that. They went, yeah, but you're Paul Francis. And I go, oh, yeah, you're spot on. Now I can have a message. And people wouldn't read for me because of who I am. I still don't understand that. But okay. It happened to me with my dad. I was happy to see him, and then I got into the car and cried. Yeah, I can understand that, Denise. Totally understand that. Totally. I was sitting on the couch earlier before I was going to do tonight's show, and I was really, really, really thinking about whether I should do it or not. And I just, it just feels like somebody lifted me up and got me on with it, you know. So I'm thinking that's her way of saying, get on with it. She used to call me Irish. She's come on, Irish, just get on with it, you know. And we had planned to bring back in 26 the radio shows. Some of you guys remember the radio show of old, and we had planned to bring back in the new house. There was going to be a studio built, and we were going to bring the radio show back. I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll see. Let 26. I kind of get the feeling that when we shut the door on 2025, I did say, if you remember, if you do follow me, and you follow me, closely, I did say around February, March of 2025, I said this year is going to have an extreme significance. It's going to something. There's something I'm being told, and nobody told me what it was. I don't to this day still couldn't remember what it was, but it said this year is going to be extremely and change the world. Now I thought, oh, a big world event. Maybe UFOs going to land and people are going to get out and go, "You assholes need to get your shit together before you kill each other." Which is, who's to say that hasn't already happened? But my world has changed and has changed dramatically. So I remember sitting thinking about that a few days after she passed. Um, oh my God, was I being told in advance? You know, your world's going to change dramatically. And sometime this month, I'm going to be, well, any day, any week now, I'm going to be a granddad. So yes, my world is going to change. And I didn't know. In fact, Rosie was pregnant 3 months before she told us, because she'd struggled before, so she didn't tell anybody till she was absolutely sure. So the world has changed dramatically. Yeah, Lisa, your world has changed too. We're at that part of life where life starts taking things away from us. When early in your life, life gives you a lot, but we're at that stage of our life now when life seems to start taking things away. Do I miss her? God, yes, absolutely, without any shadow of doubt. Do I want to? There was a stage in the week or two after she crossed that I wanted to join her. I want to be 100% honest with you. I did. I wanted to join her. I wanted to be there with her. Do I want to die now? Not really. Do I want to get on and make her legacy happen? Yes. Do I want to leave this world at the right time? Yeah. I don't want to leave it in a good foot. I want to leave it better than I found it. That's the plan. And the quiet corner is how I'm going to do it. So all of you people out there who can help me make this happen, we can help people across the globe who are struggling like myself to the loss of a loved one, or maybe have just been given a diagnosis of cancer, or a diagnosis of some heartbreaking and severe illness, Parkinson's or anything of that nature. And somewhere that they can go and just chat with other people around the globe who are going through the same thing. Yeah, we got to make that happen. We got to make that happen. So I invite you guys to help me do it. It's going to be called the Quiet Corner, and I've actually spoken with Johanna's lymphoma oncologists, and they've all said they'll happily, talk and give seminars on the Quiet Corner and just say, watch, here's what you need to look out for, and here's what, if to try and prevent cancers, here's what you should be doing, and so on and so forth, like that. And I've also had the doctors who helped her mentally, dealing with the illness. They said that they'll come and do seminars on that as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's in the planning. So we're building. You build a building from the ground up. You create the foundations, and Johanna and I had been creating the foundations, for this all the way through 2025. So it's now time to start building the house. The foundations are in place. Now time to start building the house. And I'd love to do it with you guys. 7 people have liked the show tonight. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Yes, Joe, I would love to have you in. Please do become a part of it. Oh, I would absolutely love to have you as part of it. Um, I want to make this whole thing as happy as possible. You know, we can't build a world on sadness. We have to build it on happiness. It'd be really good if one day we step back and look back and go, we did that. And look at the amount of people it's helping around the globe. That's a good thing. So I've been sitting here yapping away for an hour. Thank you for allowing me to do that. It's helped. It's like therapy. I will come back next week and do it again. Um, you guys tell me which is the best day of the week to do it. I don't know which is the best day of the week to do it. Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? You tell me. What's the best day of the week to do this show? I wanted to do it tonight because Maya went up to London tonight, so she's gone away now for the next 9 days. So I was kind of sitting here on my own. Then I thought, well, you know what? I might as well do this. I might as well make this happen. Um, Mimi Jones, welcome to the show. And you come in just right at the end, to be honest with you. I am open for some more questions, though. If you guys want to ask me some more questions, and that's lovely Celtic music in the background. I'm enjoying that kind of thing that she'd want to hear. She loved all that, Enya and Celtic ladies and all of that stuff. Johanna loved all that. Please do ask me questions. Um, you still have your life to live and make the very best of it. And we're all here with you. Thank you so much. Yes, I have. Yes, I know I have my life to live. Yeah. And it's what I do with that life, though, that's important. Um, I'm absolute. I cannot believe. I don't know. Somebody said to me the other day, you are clearly been given a mountain to climb. However, God doesn't give you a mountain you can't climb. Remember that. So believing in myself, believing in that there is a spark of light in the depths of humanity, just pull that light forward, bring it out into the open for everybody to help everybody else. Um, please do ask me some questions before we call it a night. I'd love for you guys to ask me some questions. And once again, I'm just sitting here looking at this picture of her. And I carry this picture with me every day. It sits in my wallet. So I just thought I'd just bring it out here tonight, just so I could maybe hear her voice help me. If you have no questions for me, maybe I'll call it an end for the very first show back. It wasn't really a show per se, it was just a breaking of the ice. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to. And thank you for helping me through the last few months since August, September, October. Thank you for helping me through these months. They have been horrendously hard, but you helped me do it. Thank you. If there's anybody in your life, especially at this time of the year, who are alone, stick your head through the door, send them a quick email, send them a text message just saying, hey, just thinking about you. Just want to let you know that I'm here if you need me, you know. But people who lost people, sometimes alone, quiet time is a good time. It's not a bad thing, you know. Sometimes you need space to gather your thoughts and try and get that whole thing together. So it is helpful from time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time. Now, if anybody out there who's watching this show tonight, I've always wanted to have a weekend or a week, probably a weekend actually to begin with, on a narrowboat. So if you can make that happen, I'd be very, very happy. So I've always wanted just to have myself, my boys, and Holly, and just have a narrowboat for a weekend, just to have that solitude and quiet and have something to focus on. Thank you for bravely stepping forward, back to where you belong. Bless you. You help so many people with your work. You've just helped me. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate what you've just said. And by the way, you know what you do for your little family, as you put it, immeasurable. And they are they know what you're doing. They may not always tell you that they know what you're doing for them, but they do. So they know that you're working hard for them, Joe. But they don't always tell you that because it's the communication thing with kids. It's like Maya. And sometimes I think the only way I can talk to Maya is through texting. But no, she's very huggy, kissy kind of a girl. But you are an amazing mom, Joe, and my hats off to you for being able to be a fantastic mom and a fantastic business person. And the support that you send me as well is just overwhelming. Thank you so very much. I will say to you guys then, have a wonderful Friday night. Have a great weekend. Try and make it as happy as possible. We're heading towards December, so tradition in my household was the first weekend in December we put up the Christmas tree. So it's going to be tough this year, but we'll give it a shot. So if there's no more questions, I will say good night and thank you for allowing me to come here and break the ice with you guys again. And let's go for another show next week. Let me know what day of the week you think is the best. So send me a text message, send me a message on Facebook Messenger or wherever, or if you're with me on WhatsApp, send me a message and just say, hey, I think, this day would be better or whatever the case may be. Let me know. As we head to Friday nights, especially as we're going to December, I think people will be probably be more focused on family and shopping and blah, 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 you know. Paul, it's an absolute pleasure to see you here, and I'm going to get the StreamYard back up again so I can get you on as a guest and other people as guests as well. So it'd be fantastic to have you on board, and great to talk to you. And then you can talk about the stuff that you do, and get people back into that again. It'd be great. I want to kind of get some sort of normality back, and this is the beginning. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And tonight's been the single step. Thank you. So I will say good night. God bless. And remember, communicate. Appreciate everybody in your life. Then validate that by letting the people know just how much you think about them. And don't ever wait till it's too late. Do it now. Good night. God bless. Thank you very much.